In this breaking story, a top judge just ordered that Donald Trump release the Epstein files now. That's right, this is major breaking news. How's it going, everybody? Hunter Avalone here with Occupy Democrats. Welcome back to another video. Don't forget to click that subscribe button if you're also ready for Donald Trump to be held accountable. And Donald Trump is being held accountable in more ways than just one. Some of it is actually his own doing. Recently, CNN aired this little segment, and it perfectly captures just how disorganized Trump's entire administration is.
We're learning President Trump is planning to unveil a new health care proposal, and at this point, we're still waiting to know exactly what's in it, but we're told it could include a temporary extension of the Enhanced Affordable Care Act subsidies, which are due to expire at the end of the year. They were at the center of the government shutdown. However, the subsidies could come with some fresh guardrails that could include new income limits and a requirement that everyone pay some form of a premium. Now, we should note that if the subsidies do expire, millions of Americans are expected to see their premiums more than double next year. Zach Cooper is joining us now. He's a professor of health policy at Yale University. Zach, thanks for being here. As I noted, we are very much still waiting for specifics here. I'm sorry, this has actually been, sorry, Zach, we're getting breaking news while I'm talking to you. I have learned that the White House has postponed its expected unveiling of this new health care proposal. It was expected to be unveiled today. We'll learn more, hopefully, about that in the coming moments. But again, this is postponed, but we can talk about the ideas here.
Yeah, that's brutal. Still not as bad as the breaking story we're about to see. But again, Trump is self-owning left and right. He's even losing support because of his economic policies.
I'm a supporter of President Donald Trump. Voted for him in this election and the last, and the one prior to that. However, President Trump is about to allow JBS, the world's most corrupt beef organization, to become publicly traded in America. President Donald Trump will be the president that allows for the complete destruction of the small, independent family farms and cattle ranches if he allows this to go through. The SEC has already approved it. Now we're just waiting a mere few days for them to allow it on the stock exchange. And what's concerning is we haven't heard a word from the Secretary of Agriculture about this. We haven't heard any of the large cattle organizations that represent cattlemen speak out about this. They claim to represent cattlemen. The truth is they only represent the big guys. They're bought and paid for by the same organizations, JBS, Cargill, Tyson, National Beef, all the collusion that's happening. Go do a very simple search and you'll see the millions and millions and tens upon millions of dollars that these companies have been ordered to pay for collusion and price fixing.
But now for our major breaking story. That's right, a top judge just demanded the Epstein files now. Take a look. Tonight we begin with bombshell developments out of Washington as a top federal judge has just ordered President Donald Trump's Justice Department to immediately turn over the Epstein files, and she did it in extraordinarily blunt language. According to a brand new ruling from Judge Tanya Chutkan, the Department of Justice can no longer delay or hide records related to its handling of the Jeffrey Epstein files. Chutkan says, the DOJ must release the documents on an expedited basis because this scandal is, quote, a matter of widespread and exceptional media interest and raises possible questions about the government's integrity that affect public confidence. This is a direct legal rebuke of the Trump administration's months-long effort to reverse course on releasing the Epstein files. Her order forces the DOJ to hand over all records about why they changed their stance, including communications between senior officials. Critically, she also directs the DOJ to produce all correspondence between Donald J. Trump and Jeffrey Epstein. The judge was extremely clear. The public interest is overwhelming. The questions about government integrity are substantial, and the agency's excuses for delay no longer hold up. She rejected nearly every argument from the Trump administration and ordered immediate compliance, only carving out 2 search terms she considered overbroad. The ruling stems from a lawsuit filed by Democracy Forward, which argued the DOJ was concealing its internal handling of the files. Judge Chutkan fully agreed, pointing to the national uproar, the bipartisan outrage, and the massive collapse of trust triggered by what she calls the DOJ's change in position between February and July 2025. Tonight's order means the clock starts now. The Trump administration must begin turning over the Epstein-related records, including anything involving the president himself. This is a seismic moment. The judge has now formally forced the administration's hand, and for the first time, the American people may soon see exactly what the Trump administration tried to keep hidden. Thanks so much for watching. Please click that like button and subscribe to Occupy Democrats so that you can stay informed and help us stop Donald Trump.